Hey there folks, and welcome back for another shaving video. And today we're going to use Mickey Lee Soapworks Reunion. It's cold outside, it's been snowing, the winter is here, and I need something green and bright and reminding me of the spring or summer, and Mickey Lee Soapworks Reunion does just that. I didn't bring all my Mickey Lee. I have about 6 tubs. If you watched my video yesterday, which was my top 10 favorites of 2016, you will know that Mickey Lee Soapworks was certainly on that, and deservedly so. Great people, great product, and we're going to get going today. There's a look at the, it's hard to see, isn't it? At the soap, and again today we'll finish it off with a Master Aftershave. This one's called Checker Flag, which was sent for me to try by Thomas of Master Aftershaves, and we have wet our Rudy Vay TSE brush, and let's get to loading here. Hope everyone is having a good weekend thus far. Like I said, it's cold out today. It was in the single digits, and now I think it's in the teens, and I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. But on the bright side, gives us the opportunity to have a really nice shave here with this Reunion, which is, to me, just it smells green. I mean, that bright, like you're out in ferns or something. Maybe. To me, it's just bright and green. Really, really nice, I think. And the quality is also quite good. Again, check out the video on my top favorite, my 10 favorite brands of 2016. There are always brands that fall off and new ones that come on. And that's the great thing. If somebody falls off because you don't want to buy them anymore, or you don't like it anymore for whatever reason, there's always someone that steps up. There's lots of choices for us, so never feel like you need to get locked in and become a zealot for any particular brand. I think we all like certain people maybe better than others, and we're inclined to support some folks more than others. But in terms of soap, there's plenty of choices out there, folks. So let me wet the face and we'll get going. Stay tuned. I'll be doing a number of top lists to round out the last year, 2016. Coming up either later this afternoon today or maybe tomorrow, are my top value picks. And by value, I mean products that you really get a lot for your money. All right, some would call it budget. I like to call them high value. You're really getting a lot and you're not spending a lot of money. And I really like that a lot. As you know, I'm slinging stuff all over my shirt here. This stuff smells great, by the way. And Sam at Mickey Lee couldn't be nicer. Really, really nice lady who I like a lot. Today we're going to use Gillette Super Speed Delta Echo. This one I bought from Phil Sylvester. And his beard is very, very tough, and this one just didn't cut it for him, so I was happy to purchase it from him at a silly, crazy, inexpensive price, and I love it. Thank you, Phil. Hope you're doing well. Hope you guys in North Carolina, where Phil lives, didn't get too much snow or ice. They're not accustomed to a lot of it, but I know my sister lives down there in Charlotte, and they were preparing for snow and or ice this weekend. So Phil, who doesn't live really far from my sister there, hope the weather was good for you down there. At least you didn't get a lot of snow or ice. My buddy John Perry, I like to call him Law and Order Perry, from Razor and Brush, who lives around San Antonio. Like, he said it was like 21 this morning, and ouch, that is cold for San Antonio. Wow. I tell you, it's been cold this weekend, and I could do without it. I'm not digging it a bit. But I tell you, this soap, that scent, just really, I think it's an invigorating scent myself. And the quality is fantastic on this soap. I need to buy more Mickey Lee, to tell you the truth. I'm just waiting for some scents that I really want to get a hold of. All right, that was an excellent first pass. We'll come back for pass 2. All right, so here we go. Pass 2. By the way, those of you who are on Facebook, join us over in Razor and Brush. I'll put that address for you right there. Check out Razor and Brush if you would like on Facebook, shaving group. But I will say, please be decent if you're going to join. You can have spirited debate. It can be, you know, you can argue, but when you get personal, you got to go. So, but if you want to come in and just talk about anything, you know, it's not just shaving, just guys and gals, just talking about everything. Please come and join us. Don't do so with a fake profile because you will not get in. I'm sure every now and then someone manages to slide in, but we want real folks. We want to get to know them, and we want to, you know, want to make sure when we're discussing with people that we, you know, learn something about each other. We see what's going on in their lives, and it's not just someone, you know, playing on the internet with a fake profile. We don't want that. So if that is you, stay away. We want to talk to real grown folks about shaving or life or politics. And interestingly, around political season, we had a lot of discussion around the debates. In fact, we had live sort of chats during the debates, and they went really, really nicely. And they were pointed and spirited sometimes. And there were people on both sides of the aisle there politically. But it went extremely well. In fact, it's interesting that we can discuss things like healthcare and politics and all these really controversial subjects, and no one seems to get too bent out of shape with it. But boy, when you start talking about blooming or honing straight razors or gold dollars, it gets out of control in a minute, and it's ridiculous. You should be able to talk about anything, you know. And if you want to talk about blooming, damn it, talk about blooming. Pardon my language there. But, you know, there are no subjects, unless it's in poor taste, you know, that are off limits. If we want to discuss blooming, we're going to discuss blooming, all right? And so that's just the way it's going to happen. If you don't want to hear about blooming or honing or gold dollars, then scroll along, you know. But we're going to discuss what we want to discuss, and no one's going to set that agenda other than the members of the group. Plain and simple. All right, great. Second pass. Let's come back for pass 3. This soap is really, really nice, folks. If you like a green type scent, and I'm sorry that's just the way I describe it. If you want something spring-like, summer-like perhaps, check this out. It's quite nice. It comes from good people. Another thing we were discussing the other night in Razor and Brush. Actually, I was talking to the inspector, David Furnicola, which you all hear me mention a lot because we talk a lot. And we were discussing a soap, and I said, you know, what I get out of that is lemon, a lot of lemon. And he said, well, I kind of get a floral rose type thing. And it got me thinking, and I've mentioned this before, but it's worthy of mentioning again for new folks. One of the things you have to consider is our sniffers aren't all wired the same, and we possess different abilities in terms of discerning or how we interpret scents. And a very good example of that, which I've mentioned before, and people think it's crazy, but it's the best example I can think of, is sort of the phenomenon around asparagus pea. And this is when you eat asparagus, shortly thereafter, if you urinate, in your urine is a high sulfur scent. But only about 4 out of 10 people can pick up that scent, but it's present in everyone's urine when they eat asparagus shortly after. Like 10 minutes, it's like, if you possess the ability, you know what I'm talking about. It's a very funky, sulfur-like odor. But they have found that only about 4-ish out of 10 people can detect that sulfur, even though it's there for everyone. So you have to assume, or I think it's reasonable to assume, that we also pick up on things differently in different intensities, and some scents we can pick up far better than others. And this is why in one particular soap I pick up a lot of lemon, and it's great for me, but he thought it was more floral. So when I'm here telling you, man, this is a great, I'm picking up lemon, and you may get something entirely different. And even the artisan who puts this together with notes will say, no, you're wrong. You're supposed to be picking up that. They can't tell you what you're smelling, right? Only you can determine what you're picking up. Now, they can put the soap together. They can, they know exactly what's in it. But what you get out of that may be something entirely different. So if you ever have an artisan or anyone say, no, that's wrong, you're not picking up X, Y, or Z, they're wrong because you are. Only you determine what your experience is. So if you use a particular style of soap with a particular type of ingredients, say lanolin, say, aloe, or whatever the case may be in the soap, and you say that it works perfectly for you, it does. Do not be hoodwinked or bamboozled by anybody telling you differently. If you think it works better than the next, it does. Stick with it. Do not allow anyone to tell you otherwise, and particularly anyone who has financial gain at stake, all right? Use the soaps that you want to use, and if you feel they work better than the next, stick with it. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise, because the ultimate judge of what works is you. It's not me. It's not the artisan. It's not the wet shaving masses. It's you who are using that product. Just like today, this is phenomenal soap. It worked perfectly. No one can tell me differently. No one can tell me the next soap who uses these swanky ingredients is better than this one, because this was a perfect shave. My face feels phenomenal. Excellent. There is no one in this hobby, and I don't care whether they make soap, I don't care whether they crap soap out of their hind end, can tell you different. All right? You decide what works for you. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. All right, folks, let's rinse the face and get to the post. Stay tuned. And all right, we are back for the post with our Thayer's Magic because it's made by witches. And believe me, no one's going to tell me that Thayer's doesn't do what exactly I know that it does day after day, which is me. It really helps with these spots around my nose that tend to get dry. And it gives me just an excellent experience. I don't care what anybody says, all right? I don't care if you make Thayer's. I don't care if you're splitting atoms. I don't care if you put on a chemistry suit or whatever. I know what this does for me. You guys determine that for yourself. Don't be bamboozled and hoodwinked. All right. On to the master aftershave. This is Checker Flag, and that's our second day. Yesterday it was quite nice. It hung around for a while. I can't remember how long. Of course, I used a different scent yesterday, but today we're going to try this one. And I liked the one yesterday. My face felt really nice. Oh, this smells nice. It's called Checker Flag by Master, and I don't know how expensive these are. I will check it out as I continue to use them, do a little more research on them. Right now, what I really like to do is use a product sort of blind without knowing a lot about it, right? So then I can sort of make my own decision before I'm in there reading all about it and I get preconceived notions. That's part of the problem in this hobby is people aren't basing things off their experience. They're listening to what other people tell them or reading things. Use it and see how you feel about it, right? That is the truth. That's the truth that no one can deny. And I gotta tell you, Thomas, I really like this one today. Smells nice, a little bit floral, maybe, but I like it. It feels good on my face. So we'll continue to use these, see how they go. And of course, we will give them away when we're finished trying them out. So you guys stay tuned for that. Thanks as always for watching, folks. And until next time, let's make America shave again. And let's shave our whole face. Let's not wear these beards. I mean, we're in here to be shaved. Let's shave, people. Shave. No, actually do what you want. I like more real estate, so I like shaving the whole face. All right, folks. Thanks as always for watching. You guys have a great day.